Eddie, are the Cavs back?
Yeah, they're back. The thing about it is they've been banged up. Now they're finally getting healthy. Kevin Love, J.R. Smith back. The new guys are starting to get acclimated to how the Cavs do things. So they're coming together right now. And I think last night they put the Eastern Conference and the NBA on notice. Like, hey, we starting to put it together now.
You starting to like this guy?
And whenever you do have, LeBron is still a big time X factor. I wouldn't give him MVP this year, but he is definitely still going to be the best player on the court in the finals.
So do you see a cakewalk through the Eastern Conference for LeBron and company?
I mean, who was the only competition was Boston? Everybody was talking about. We seen what happened last night.
Maybe the Wizards, maybe a little Toronto.
The Wizards, yeah, but I still don't think the Wizards will have enough. John Wall's fantastic, Bradley Beal's fantastic, but I don't think overall from top to bottom the Cavs are built for this. And they did make a statement. LeBron want to play it off like they did. That was a statement game last night. Everybody has been building this game up. Like, oh, this is the team that maybe could dethrone them, but like I said, they're starting to come together. They're healthy, and they're dangerous.
It wasn't so much what they did offensively as what they did defensively. They held this team to 91 points. That's the fewest points they've scored since November. And we know they can score. You got LeBron, you got Kyrie, you got two of the top probably five scorers in the NBA. They can go get any shot they want, they can go get. Now you get Kevin Love, because Kevin Love getting that knee, still got to manage his minutes. J.R. Smith has come back in, and now he's starting to find his rhythm. That was important, because somehow, some way, you got to find a fourth score. Because if you face the Warriors, you're going to need a fourth score. If you face San Antonio, well, if you face the Warriors, because we already know what's going to happen in the West.
You better hope it happens.
Oh, Skip!
Oh, that's going to happen.
Yeah,
That's
everybody.
going to happen.
Well, if it doesn't, he's in trouble, and maybe you're in trouble if you think LeBron's going to win another ring, because he's not going to win one against my Spurs.
No, because they ain't going to play your Spurs, because your Spurs are not going to be able to do anything with
Better
Golden
hope
State.
so, yeah.
But anyway, I like what I saw defensively. LeBron took it upon himself last night. So you know what? Y'all doing all this talking about IT is his time and Brad. Oh, they were right. Danny Ainge did the right move by not trading for Jimmy Butler or Paul George. But you better have some. So in other words, you expect Isaiah Thomas to beat Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, and LeBron James in a 7-game series. That's what you're saying.
Am I saying that?
Yeah.
Are you asking me?
I'm asking
Tell
you.
me when it's my turn to talk.
Okay.
Are you giving up the floor?
What?
You can't ask questions unless you give me the whole floor.
I will give you the whole. You can have the whole house, the whole club.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it. You're gonna be in trouble because you're gonna be in the backyard when I'm finished.
LeBron ain't going nowhere. It ain't a comeback. You know why? Because he ain't never been nowhere.
Oh.
LeBron ain't never. Don't call it a comeback. He's been there for years.
So Eddie House, help me out here. This man who knows his basketball, because he is LeShannon. He knows LeBron.
That's his nickname for me, because I love him.
Yeah. So he convinced me yesterday that this game was meaningless to LeBron, who's been to 6 straight finals. You've been to a finals with LeBron James. And I gave in to his basketball wisdom yesterday, because he told me it just didn't even count. It was a meaningless late season game. As the King said, I've been to 6 straight finals. We don't do this. This is beneath my dignity. So how can I count what happened last night as in the Cavs are back? Because I did lose a bet to him, but I actually got jinxed by Chris Broussard sitting in the seat, because he came right on top of my bet. I didn't know Tristan Thompson was going to be out. And then Chris Broussard said, give me some of that. When I heard that, I'm doomed. I'm jinxed, because if Chris Broussard thinks it's going to happen, I'm done. And if I had thought twice, because you told me after I made the bet that Tristan Thompson is going to miss the game, which I did not know, this became a classic trap game for the home team, the Boston Celtics. They did not show up last night because they thought this was going to be a cakewalk. This was going to be too easy. This was going to be a just show up and get it over with, we're going to win by 20 kind of game, because the Cavaliers had given you no sign in the last 2 months that they are capable of going into Boston and winning a game the way they won that one dominantly last night, because they came in 1 out of 10. They'd won, well, let's see, they'd lost 9 out of 10 back-to-back road games this year, and so here's a back-to-back road game. They came in 19-19 on the road. A defending champ, 19, that's not a good sign, is it?
No, it's a terrible sign.
Thank you very much. And they came in, did the Cleveland Cavaliers, having gone 22-19 in their last 41 games. That's 3 games over 500, and I'm counting really 3 recent home games. They beat the Sixers. Then it took them 2 overtimes to beat a 37-39 Indiana Pacer team. 2 overtimes and 52 minutes by the King. 52 minutes? And then he followed that up 2 nights later with trailing Orlando in the King's house at halftime. It took LeBron 37 more minutes to dispatch the Orlando Magic the night before he had to travel to Boston. You don't think the Celtics know this? And they're sitting back saying, this is one of the easiest games we're going to have in a long time. The King ain't the King anymore because they are really struggling here. They've lost their way. They've lost their rhythm. LeBron's fighting with Tristan Thompson, and now Tristan Thompson is out. Their best rebounder is out. And I can tell you from the tip, the Boston Celtics did not show up for this game while LeBron and company played desperate because I think they feared getting embarrassed last night. And you know the old, I go back to Dick Motta days. I covered his team when he was coach of the, he went back to, what's that? The Mavericks.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, didn't he coach the Nuggets too?
No, he was Seattle.
Okay.
He won a championship in Seattle.
Seattle,
But he used to
Super
tell me
Sonics.
about the wounded tiger theory in the NBA. Beware the wounded good team, you know, where they've lost a player or two because they're going to play desperate, and on any given night in the NBA, this can happen. And LeBron, after a quarter, said, wait a second, they are lifeless and they are cold. Isaiah Thomas went 1 for 8 from the three-point line, and all of a sudden, LeBron attacked in the second quarter the way I wish he would attack every night, but he won't do it because he pulls up and jacks up threes. He shot no threes in the first half and scored 19 points, and the game was over at halftime, and I tweeted him, congratulations for winning a rare bet from me because I misread the tea leaves on this one. The Celtics weren't ready to play.
The Celtics showed up. The Cavs showed out. That's what we do, Skip. That's what we do.
We do it.
Well,
You know, he can say we about Boston. You can't say.
Hey, this is the thing, though. You have a guy that could turn. It's rare when a guy could just turn it on, you know, like a switch. LeBron's one of those guys. Kyrie's one of those guys.
He
You have
is.
2 guys on the team that can do it. And they turned it on last night.
Mhm.
It was time for them to get it going. And again, they made a statement. He want to play like they didn't make no statement. No, they made a statement and put everybody on notice. Like, man, we here, and we here to make some noise. And they're getting healthy. Kyle Korver, another guy that can score.
He
let
that was
him
his
off.
first game back in a while.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Everybody's starting to
Yeah.
get healthy now. What David Griffin has done is a great job there. And everything that they see is coming to fruition now. And, man, be careful. Eastern Conference and the league, too.
So recently, LeBron said he needed more help, and then he loses Tristan Thompson. Boy, he had a whole lot of help last night because they out-rebounded
Well,
the
Tristan
Celtics
ain't gonna score,
51
though.
to 38.
Tristan ain't going to
But
score.
think of
He'll
the
rebound.
rebounds. Look at this. Channing Frye got 10 rebounds? Is that? No,
8.
8 rebounds.
10
and
points,
10
8 rebounds.
points. 8 rebounds from Channing Frye, who shoots 3-point
Skip,
shots?
you act like Tristan Thompson. They talk about the Celtics looked and saw Tristan Thompson out. Oh, that's LeBron. That wasn't LeBron. That's not Kyrie. He is a rebounder.
Do you think Boston thought they would win the boards last night?
Boston thought they would win the game, but the King went in there and said, "Look, give
They
me
got
that."
our work from the beginning, though. As soon as the beginning of the game, it was 2 offensive rebounds back-to-back. And that just showed you that who was ready and who wasn't.
They were
I
on-
agree.
Defensively,
Thank
they
you.
were on the floor.
Yeah.
J.R. Smith on the floor. Kyrie on the floor. Love on the floor. We get that kind of effort, Skip.
Yeah, but Eddie knows what can happen to
Get the
LeBron
sniff there.
in the postseason because once upon a
Stop
time,
bringing that
Eddie-
up. Stop bringing that up, please.
Eddie was there. He watched
bringing
firsthand.
that up.
Was it 2011?
Yeah, don't
Was it
bring
the
that
first
up.
time around in Miami at Dallas. You sat there the whole. What happened?
He
to
learned
LeBron?
from that, though.
He learned?
Yeah, he
learned?
learned from that. He hasn't been the same since then.
They ain't been the same.
I think he hasn't been the same
wish
since
he
it
would have
wrecked his
turned it
psyche.
on then, though.
Huh?
I wish he would have turned it on then. I could have 2
What
of them
did
things.
happen in games 4, 5, and 6 of that?
Don't worry
series?
about that. We ain't
I'm
talking
just
about
asking.
that.
Eddie was there. He's
We'll
a
talk about it
first-hand
off camera.
eyewitness.
Joy, don't you got to read it?
I don't
no,
have
I
enough
would like to
time
hear.
here to explain it, and I don't want
Yeah.
the tears to come again.